What's up, everyone? Week 1 in the books, and what a week it was. Some things have changed, while some things remain the same. What's changed? The defending champs dropping their first game of the season, 154 to 150. MT made 1,000. Marco, who probably had the strongest draft, pulls out the victory, and it was a close one. It took a Justin Jefferson touchdown towards the end to put him over the top and give him the W. For Juan, listen, Juan, you had a good week. I mean, listen, it looks like Ibuka, the trade was big for you already. Week 1, dropped 22 points, 23 points for you. I mean, honestly, the only thing, Tracy and Burrow, listen, last year Burrow started slow too and then ended up tearing it up. But Marco goes to 1-0. Juan drops to 0-1. The best team versus the worst team in the league last year. And it was Marco pulling it out. What else has changed? How about welcome back Happybaconstrips pulling out the 160-143 victory over Pits and Giggles. And listen, let me tell you, Frankie, welcome back, man. You had a monster game. How about Aaron Rodgers? 4 touchdowns against the Jets, dropping 34 points. How about Zay Flowers, man? 143 yards receiving and a touchdown, drops a 30 spot. Tough loss for Marty. He drops to 0-1. Frankie, 1-0. And like I said, some things may change. Some things may stay the same. Eli, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, going up against Buffalo Bills. And it is Eli with the 139-128 victory. Alex, I beat you again. It was a nice win, even though I got no quarterback play. Well, I did get one quarterback. Michael Penix. Listen. Michael Penix had a big game, 27 points for Michael Penix. But honestly, for me, it was just guys just all putting double figures in. Jets defense came through. Boswell with the huge field goal. That helped me. 13 points from there. And for Alex, I mean, A.J. Brown doing nothing. 1 point. Goff only giving you 12. That's what pretty much killed you. Your wide receiver play, guys didn't give you nothing. The wide receiver. I mean, Hunter was your biggest guy. And then you needed a game from Hawkinson. And listen, it sucked because in my league, I needed Hawkinson not to have a big game for me to win. But in Terry's league, I needed Hawkinson to have a good game for me to win. And I was like, crap, so I'm going either way. And let me just tell you, Terry, good job in beating me in your league. But what killed me, I had the game won. It was that stupid lateral at the end that cost me the week. He had the Vikings defense. I was up by a point, and they lateraled the ball, which got fumbled, and I lost 3 points. I ended up losing to him by 2. A stupid last play of the game. But you know what? That wasn't the worst bad beat. Frank, I hope you don't mind if I share this story. But I was talking with Frank, and apparently he had a game, or he had a bet, where he had a bunch of different people. It was a parlay bet. They're going to get a certain amount of rushing yards, and he hit all of them. And all he needed was Josh Allen to have 31 or more rushing yards. With about a minute left in the game, he has 35 yards. Frank is hype. He won the bet. It was a nice bet, too. The odds was like plus 1,200 or close to it. And Allen proceeds to take 3 straight kneel downs, costing him 5 yards and finishing him at 30 yards, costing Frank the bet. That's probably the worst bad bet I've ever heard in my... That sucks, man. That sucks. And honestly, they shouldn't count that. But, I mean, listen, I get it. It is what it is. I thought mine was bad. That's worse. So, bro, sorry about that, man. That sucks. But, yeah, speaking of Frank, though, at least you had a good week. You beat Y2 Deal 158-120. And this is after Y2 Deal was talking smack. Talking smack after the Thursday game. Talking a lot. Oh, it was Friday's game. Talking about Herbert. Oh, big game. Frank came back. Bijan Robinson, big game with 26. Caleb Williams, strong second half, finishes with 27 points. Justin Fields, and listen, Frank, was telling me over and over, Justin Fields, he's big value. He gives you a lot of points with his rushing. And I was like, yeah, but you know what? It's a risk. He may not even keep the job. I think he picked up in the 10th round, something like that. Talk about great value. Fields dropping 33 points. I regret not picking him up. I admit it. I regret. Frank's Bills goes to 1-0. Why? Team Y2 deal. 0-1. Next up, Gotham Knights against Bushwick Hitman and Terry, winning in all leagues. 152-108 over Bubba, and that's with Dak Prescott not doing a damn thing. Prescott did nothing. But who did for him? Puka Nacua, 25 points. You had Dunze with 15, Bowers with 19, Pearsall with 16. It was just an all-around effort across the board. And for Bubba, man, Eckler didn't do anything. Stevenson didn't do anything. You had just no running back play. Scatterboo didn't do anything. Just your running backs. And then you had Daniel Jones on the bench. Daniel Jones, who drops 33 points. Don't get me started on the Giants. Don't get me started on Daniel Jones. I always thought Daniel Jones was a decent quarterback who just got a bad rap in the Giants. And, man, it looks, after week 1, maybe proving me right, man. 33 points for freaking Jones on the bench. Bubba drops down to 0-1. Terry up 1-0. Then we have Ojo Meister against Brooklyn Giants and Will with the 127-97 victory. Henry, even though he had that big fumble that cost him the game, dropped 30 points, over 170 yards rushing. That was your big guy right there. You got the kicker from Jacksonville, gave you 14 points. Jacoby Myers, who I think is one of the most underrated fantasy players, he's always putting up double figures. He's just steady at that 17 to 25 point range. Diggs had a decent day. Laporta had a decent day. And for Ojo, just nobody was hitting. Bryce Young had a bad game. Cooper Kupp did nothing. Joku got eye played by the other tight end for Cleveland. Patriots defense was probably your high. Yeah. Connor and your defense. When your defense is your highest scorer, you know you've had a bad week. Will goes up to 1-0. Ojo drops down to 0-1. And then we have Hock Tua. Really? Sticking with Hock Tua a year after. All right. That's commitment. Going up against Bad Boys. And Jordan. Talk about coming back from the dead. Rising from the ashes like a phoenix. He was getting smacked in this game. And then all of a sudden, Josh Allen drops a 47-piece to bring him close. And then it was Swift. All he needed was, 6 points? He got 9. And he pulls off the 145-142 victory to go 1-0. But listen, when you have Josh Allen, you always have a chance to win. Because the guy does everything. 47 points. Tough loss for Eddie, man. You drop 142 and you lose. Barkley had a good game. Smith Najiba had a good game. Deebo Samuel, 25 points. Who knew? Because he also, I don't know when Deebo went. But, yeah, Stroud didn't do much, but it just cost you, man. Jordan 1-0. Eddie 0-1. And I believe I touched all the matches for this week. So, looking ahead to week 2. And we're going to have Eli, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, going up against Gotham Knights. All right, Terry, round 2. You got the first one. You got it with a freaking lateral. This week, I'm coming after you. But Terry is actually favored to win 156-144. I only have a 43% chance, but you know what? I like the mods. I feel like I still got a shot. Next up, we have the 1-0 Frank's Bills going up against Ojo Meister. And while Frank is 1-0, Ojo's actually favored to win 139-135. Part of that is that he has no tight end. I think once he puts a tight end in there, it's going to then make him the favorite in this matchup. Next up, we have Happybaconstrips going up against Bushwick Hitman. And Frankie, they have him favored. Can he go 2-0 in his return to the league? Bubba trying to go after his first win. And it's going to be Pits and Giggles versus MTM 8000. And MTM 8000 is favored. Listen, Marco's got a good team. This could be it. Could this be the year that Marco gets over the hump? He gets to shed the title of being the Buffalo Bills of this league and actually winning a championship. Is this the year? It's early. We'll see. All right. Next matchup, we have Buffalo Bills going up against Brooklyn Giants. And right now, it's funny. All the teams that are 0-1 going up against 1-0 teams, they're the favorites. Alex is favorite here. He's a 54% chance to win over Will. And we have Legendary Giant against Hock Tua. And this game is split. It's a toss-up 50-50. Jordan's 1-0. Juan is 0-1. Wait a minute. So are they all these teams? Okay, I was going to say, I was like, is everybody 0-1 against 1-0? No. And we have the matchup of the two winless teams. Team Y2 Deal going up against Bad Boys. And it's Team Y2 Deal who's favored here. 54% chance to win. So one of those teams will get their first win. So we have one matchup of the two unbeatens. Eli, 2-time Super Bowl MVP, going up against Gotham Knights. And two battles of the winless. And one battle of the winless. Bad Boys against Y2 Deal. Everyone have a great week this week. Fall's here. Well, it's almost here, which is insane. Summer went by so fast. The Mets better not throw this away, man. They can never make it easy. You guys have a good week. Hopefully the Giants score a touchdown next week. You talk soon. G-Man. Let's go Mets.